Uh, oh, okay. So you can only have $700, $900 a month. You will apply through DACA. That's our call center number, because we had someone from Department of Human Services. They were located in our building, but because of the fact that we have been in the pandemic, that person does not come to our building. So we are doing it online, but you have to call our number and tell them, hey, I can't afford to buy any food, or I have a very small income and I need help with food stamps, and they will help you.
Question.
Yes,
I have a question. On the Medicaid and the SNAP, since the pandemic, did they go up on the money amount as far as the qualifications?
Qualifications, you know what? That is a very good question. And because that Medicaid flyer has not been changed, I'm going to find out, and I'm going to make sure that Ms. Williams gets that information.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes, and so now what you can do, if you're concerned about yourself or someone you know.
Yes, I'm concerned about myself.
Okay, please call our number, 202-724-5626. And they will tell you on the spot once you get through. Now, please don't hang up, because you have to remember, a lot of people calling us. Now, DACA can do a lot for you, but we can't do everything for you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm gonna, once my presentation's over, I'm gonna tell you how I can help you all with other things in other agencies, because as Vanita was saying, I have amassed I call them DACA partners, where Homeland Security, Office of the People's Council, DOEE, that's Department of Energy and Environment. So I have amassed such a large group of people that I know that we can help you with, because we can help you with energy, but we can give you information on who can. We can't help you pay your electric bill, but we can give you information on who you can. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Okay, I know we have to move forward. But
go ahead.
Vanita,
it's okay for her to keep asking me. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, if it's all right. But if we have to go ahead and move forward, then what I'll do is I'll try to reach out to you by email, because I'm a new senior citizen. And there's a lot I need to know about senior citizens, what they're offering senior citizens in the District of Columbia.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, what I'm showing you shows what we offer. Now, one thing that we do not offer you is housing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We don't, DACA does not have housing. So we can't offer you what we don't have, but we can help you. When I say help you find housing, you can contact our call center, and what they will do, they will give you a list of every single available apartment in the district that's for seniors. Now,
even if you have a certificate for inclusionary zoning.
Well, you have to talk to you have to talk to the housing authority about that. Have they been helpful to you yet?
Well, this is my first time, so I applied for. I went on the orientation for the inclusionary zoning, so I got a certificate. And they be emailing me various new apartments in the Washington D.C. area, but I'm a Northeast child.
Okay, so now, well, let me just say this to you. I understand you Northeast, but don't let that keep you from accepting something that they give you. Okay.
All right.
Please don't.
All right.
Somebody else will take it. So this is our call and talk program. So let me tell you the significance about the call and talk. When the pandemic first started, you know, many of our seniors are isolated. Many of them don't have family members. And if they do have family members, the family members are not really helping them that much. Everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Because we know it's true. Okay. So the great thing about the call and talk program is that people like me will be talking to you to help you get through your day. And it's like I'm talking about the weather, pictures you like. You may be a fish keeper like me. You may like to collect art like I do. You may uh, be a gardener. So we help you in conversation, and I can also help you if I find that you need help on something. Then I'm going to say, hey, this is what you do. Not only that, I will send it to the office that I know can help. Just like I have a neighbor, she lives around the corner from me, and this neighbor, um, she has low income, right? And she's military, but her income is low. She was married to a military man, but her income is low. So I helped her uh, with her roof. The Department of Housing and Community Development has a program called Single Family Rehabilitation Program. And with that program, you can have an income up to $72,550, and you will qualify for the new roof. Now, does it take a long time? Yes, it does. When I say a long time, it could take 4, 5, or 6 months. But in the end, you will have a roof. A brand new roof, it costs $20,000 with gutter work. So that's the benefit of the call and talk program, in case people don't know. We also have over 100, I think it's pretty close to 120,000 seniors. So we want our seniors to know everything that we can, but keep in mind, we're a very small agency. So can we send out, you know how DPW sends out information to every citizen that lives in the district? We can't afford that. You know, they have a much, much bigger budget than we do. Plus, their budget also allows them to find people. So we can't afford to do that. So our information is through talking to people. Just like I had this unique opportunity today. Yeah, it's I think I saw us 40 people on there. That's a big number, but 40 people when DPW can go out and reach all 700,000. It's not very much, but if we keep doing what we do and continue reaching people, we reach them. We can't reach everyone, but we rely on you to tell your friends what we're offering. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the call and talk program. So it's helping people because so many seniors are so isolated, they don't have anybody to talk to. But with the call and talk, do we let anybody participate in calling our seniors? No, we don't. They have to be DACA employees. Why? Because seniors quickly give up information on who they are and what they do and how much money they have in the bank. That's how they are. Once you start talking to them, you can almost pull out anything. So we are very careful to not allow anybody to participate in that program. And by the same time, I don't ask them personal information. You know, if they want to tell me what their income is, then I will take that income and then I will tell them what I can help them with. But also, I want to let them know, do not give me your social security number because first of all, we don't use it, okay? So when I do the QMB for you, when I'm doing a QMB for a person, all I'm doing is asking you for your Medicare Part A because you can't qualify for QMB if you don't have a Medicare Part A card. Everybody got that? So I would ask you for that. I would ask you for your date of birth. I would ask you for your telephone number. I would ask you for an email if you have it. I would ask you for your address. And then I don't even ask you if you make no more than $34.18 a month, because guess what? You may tell me you don't, but I send it to SHIP. That's the, what is SHIP? It's um, hold on. I got to tell you what SHIP is.
The
It's
state health
the state
insurance
health
assistance.
insurance program.
Okay.
So that's what, and thank you. So the SHIP is the state health insurance program. So guess what? I sent it to them, and they're the ones that qualify you. It's not me. I just take the information, Miss Brenda, and I send it to them. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're getting ready to talk about something really interesting then. This is the state health insurance program. So the state health insurance program, that print is small, folks, so you don't need to read all of it, but what they do is help you with any kind of questions you have about state health, like consider making changes during the Medicare's annual open enrollment. They help you with that. Confused about who pays first, Medicare or another insurance, they give you information on that. What about folks that want to know whether or not they should get what they call long-term care? Okay, SHIP will give you different companies, but they don't make a comment on which one you should use. That's up to you and your attorney if you have one, or your family members. So those are the things that SHIP does. SHIP makes sure that you have all the answers, but when you finally select something, and they'll tell you about durable medical equipment and things like that, they'll tell you all these things, but SHIP is not going to say, okay, so you should select long-term care by, okay, let me think of a company, New York Life. They're not going to do that. Okay, everybody got that?
Yes,
Yes.
can you widen up so I can get the phone number for this program? What is
Okay,
that? What's that? 727?
it's 202-727-8370. That's
Thank
the
you.
SHIP number, 202-727-8370. And then,
Alice, I'll put those in the chat
okay, for her.
so people
Okay.
can copy them.
Right.
Okay, thank you, Miss Williams.
All right, no problem.
Miss Brenda, you have just completely taken over.
Oh, I do apologize.
Oh, not an issue, not a problem.
No, it's just I just need to be informed.
And that's what we're trying to do. Not a problem. So now we also have the LGBTQ seniors, you know, and so if you know seniors and they happen to be LGBTQ, our programs haven't really started up right away, but we want to make sure that everyone knows that we do not discriminate against anyone. Okay. Absolutely no one at all. So that's the LGBT program. Because you could see at one time, but this is back from 20. I think the pandemic started in the end of 19 going into 20. So this is old information, but we still want you to know about it. And see you soon. But you know what's missing? Let me look real quick. APS. That's what's missing on this slide. It's not missing, but I think I must have skipped it. That's funny. It's not, wait a minute. It takes a little while for it to go back. Here it is. I don't know how I missed that. I'm so sorry. Folks, this is very important. Okay, now you know, we used to be called the Office on Aging, right? And Mayor Bowser decided, because everybody knows Marion Barry said, I want them to be a department. So we are a department now, but we're a very small department because we have about 150 people, but we have some DC government agencies that have 500, 1,000, 2,000, right? So in 2019, the mayor celebrated the old Office on Aging becoming DACA, that's the Department of Aging and Community Living. And the mayor announced, how many people heard of the Adult Protection Services? Maybe you haven't. but the Adult Protection Services became a part, they were under Department of Health, Department of, what is it? DHS. They were under DHS.
Human Services.
Yes, Department of Health Services. And they were under DHS, and the manager did not want to come to DACA. Does this make sense? So when Dr. John Thompson was the director in 2012, he tried to bring over APS. APS later said, no, I'm not coming, and we are not coming. So another mayor, a different mayor is on. So the same doctor, I'm not gonna call her name, said, no, we're not coming. Mayor Bowser said, yes, you will. So she brought APS to DACA, where they should have been in the first place. So with APS as our new agency that's within our agency now, they have a hotline. So what APS asks you to do, if you see something that looks off, say something. If you know a senior that used to be the neatest, cleanest, sweetest person, and all of a sudden she looks different. It could be that maybe her husband died. She looks different. You see trash up on a porch. You see trash in her yard. You see old toilet stools, anything like that sitting up on the porch. You know that this is not the Mrs. Smith that you knew, right? What do? Do you go and knock on her door and say, Mrs. Smith, is there anything wrong? Can I help you? We're asking you not to do that. You know why? Because you don't have the experience to be talking to a person that has these type of issues. So the Adult Protection Services says, please call our hotline number, which is 202-541-3950. And when you call our hotline number, they will send a social worker to Mrs. Smith's home. And this particular situation comes under seniors suffering from self-neglect. So that could be self-neglect. Now, what about family members that are supposed to be looking out for their mom or their dad? Mom got a little money in the bank, and she selected Louise. She selected Louise to go to the bank for her, put her money in, because, excuse me, she thought she trusted Louise, right? So mom is not really looking at her bank statements or deposit slips. And guess what? Louise knew that. But what happens? Maybe a bank person that knew your mother when she used to go to the bank calls the house and say, Mrs. Jones, did you know that quite a few large deposits, not deposits, but withdrawals have taken place in your bank statement or your checking account or your savings account? And Miss Jones will say, no, I got my daughter. So what do we tell people? APS will check it out. Most times, the person that's being taken advantage of by a loved one, they are not going to press charges. Does that make sense? They're not going to press charges because that's their loved one. They don't want them to be put in jail. Now, I can tell you a quick short story. My brother had one child. He trusted his son to take care of their business. And guess what he found out? some was going into the bank account and he was taking as much money as he wanted because my brother was sick and he was on the verge of dying because he was a cigarette smoker and had a bad heart. And the mother was already gone because she too was a cigarette smoker. So he was taking advantage of them. So these kind of things absolutely happen. So what we're telling you is that when you have someone that you love, make sure that that is also a person that you know for sure you can trust them. Now, just like me, I was my mother's caregiver, right? And I was her power of attorney. Everything that my mother told me that she wanted done, I did it. Now, I had sisters that got mad because they said, well, she's dead. Why are you paying off her bills? You know why I paid them off? Because she asked me to. She said, this is what I want done. So just all I'm saying in APS is letting you know, make sure that the people that you select are the ones that you know will do exactly as you said. Otherwise, you're going to have people taking advantage of you. There's a lot of ladies, this is a true story. There's a lot of ladies that, one lady I knew specifically, she knew me since I was a child. Her husband died and she was already in her high 70s. Her husband died, and believe it or not, this fireman that was about 45 years old, somehow or another he met her, right? And he started going to her house, and she called me up. She said, oh, I'm so in love. I said, what do you mean you're so in love? Oh, I'm so in love. I met this fireman and we just, excuse me, folks, they just stay in the bed all the time and they have a wonderful time. And I said, how old is he? Oh, he's 45, right? But then about 3 weeks later, she tells me, Alice, I don't know what to do. He asked me to put his name on my house. Now, this is a true story. Miss Brenda, you smiling, but this is a true story. And so that's why APS is saying they try to protect you from abuse by family members. They also try to investigate when it's a love situation where you have been abused. So what I'm telling you is just to make sure that the people that you trust, you have to know that you really trust them. Don't, and it doesn't have to be your oldest child or your youngest child. It has to be the child that you know you can trust. Does that make sense? So that's what you want to do. So I think I did all of the slides. Are there any questions you all want to ask me?
Let me see.
Hi, Miss Moore.
I wanted to ask you, you said that you can get like roofing done and different work done
Yes,
at your home.
that's a senior, hold on, one single family. Hold on 1 second. So this is why I say that we can't do everything for you, but we can help you with information and we can help you navigate. So it's called the Single Family Residential Rehabilitation Program. And I will send that to Ms. Williams because I didn't put it in our PowerPoint because it's not our service. I don't want people to be confused.
Okay,
But,
where are they located?
okay, so they are under the, remember I said under the Department of Housing and Community Development. So everybody knows that housing and community development have put up a lot of housing, right?
Okay, Department of Housing.
Yeah, it's called the Department of Housing and Community Development. So they have a program and it's called the Single Family residential rehabilitation program. Helps homeowners and for the roof repair. I think somebody's volume. Can you all still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so it helps roof repair, which is and gutters, um, up to $20,000. Now, how are you eligible? This is the most important question. Now, see, with Safe at Home, we don't care if you have a bad credit rating. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? We're helping you to access your home and be safe. Now, with the Department of Housing and Community Development, am I eligible? To be eligible for assistance, applicants must meet the following criteria. Own and live in their home as a primary residence for at least 3 years. Now listen to this. Be current on all district and federal taxes. Have a credit report that shows current payments on all mortgages for the last 12 months. Possess current homeowners insurance and meet the household income limits, which can be found by visiting dhcd.dc.gov/single family rehabilitation program. So I can put that in the chat, or either I'll send it to Mrs. Williams. And so I just want you all to understand that this program will not have your roof repaired next month. I'm working with a lady that's on my Call and Talk program. I told her about the program, and her daughter had to do everything and check everything that I have already told you about. And so they say, how can I apply? You got to contact one of the following DHCD funded community-based organizations, and they call that CBOs, okay? Housing Counseling Service, that's located at 2410 17th Street, Suite 100. I know everybody heard of this one. Greater Washington Urban League, 2901 14th Street. Ladders House, 4101 Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue, and University Legal Services. One is on far northeast Lord E. Smith Center, 3939 Benning Road. And they also have 1800 Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue. So that's a very important program, but the thing I want to make sure that everybody understands is that you cannot get disappointed or get frustrated. We know your roof is leaking, right? Try to, like the lady around the corner, she's very good. She had somebody put a tarp to kind of keep the water from coming down. So that's the single family. And I can tell you real quickly about Department of Energy and Environment. If you have an income that's low, below maybe 47,000, you can qualify for a new furnace, but your furnace has to be red tag. Does everybody know what red tag means? Red tag means that a gas contractor has to come in and say your furnace is dead. And they will help you with that. Also, they will help folks with new windows. It's so many. So the whole point I'm trying to tell you guys is that it is so many resources and services in this city for our seniors and people living with disability that never say, I don't know what I'm gonna do. There's always someone there that can help you. And it's always an agency that can help you. Just like if you can't pay your utility bills on time, Office of the People's Counsel will help you. PEPCO will help you. PEPCO is helping folks by making sure that they know that they can pay their Pepco bill monthly. You have one payment. Say you can only pay Pepco $75 a month. You let them know this is all you can pay. Or if you're a person that's under a certain income and through DOEE, that's Department of Energy and Environment, they will qualify you for Pepco assistance, where they will help you get Pepco assistance. A lot of seniors that live in senior apartment buildings, they can't afford to pay electric, but they have been connected with DOEE, and DOEE is actually paying it. Does that make sense? So are there any more questions? Hello?
Hello. The
Yes.
same Department of Housing and Community Development, they'll help you as well with windows. Is that
Yes, they
correct?
will.
Okay.
Yeah, they will help you with windows, and so will DOEE. And so you may say, well, what about if I need one of those? You know how people have a wheelchair that's attached to their front porch or their back porch? Well, that costs more than the $3,000 one. So you would have to go to Department of Housing and Community Development, because believe it or not, this funding for the Safe at Home comes from that organization. But it's just that our office can help people quicker. Department of Housing and Community Development have a lot more.
Hello.
Alice,
Yes.
we have two people that have their hands up, and we
Okay,
have a question.
Laverne, hello?
Yes, hi. How are you?
Yes, how are you?
I love your presentation today. It was a wealth of information. Girl, my finger was trying to write all this stuff down. I said, well, I got to ask her, do they have a list of all these programs and these descriptions? Because I couldn't get all of them, but all of them are so good.
I do, but look, Laverne, what I can do, I have those documents in my documents, because like I said, they're not our program, but I can share.
But I was going to give you a call because there were some other things to do. I just wanted to put that out there, that I'm enjoying it because of the wealth of information you give, because you can pass it along. And my main question is there anybody that I live in an apartment complex that can come in and check your air quality? Because you mentioned nothing about the air in these apartments.
Let me tell you about air quality. Air quality belongs to the apartment complex. But if they're not doing anything, see, this is what happens. Then you got to call NDCRA.
And I've done that on one of the things with them, but the air, I never did that. And I think everybody here is just selling for, what they tell you, and that's not right.
No, it's not right, but I'm gonna tell you, you living in a housing property?
Yes, apartment complex, yeah.
Yeah,
Housing.
so that's the unfortunate thing about housing authority complexes. I personally don't think that they do enough.
They don't do it.
Well, I'll let you say that.
The minimum, that's what they do. Okay, go on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but see, you have to call in DCRA. But the best thing to do is to, how strong is your tenant association?
Well, since when I moved in here, it was like the pandemic. And I would bring these things to their attention. And it's so normal around here that they don't do anything about it. But one of them I called DCRA, and they came in and fixed it. They made them come in and fix it because they weren't trying to fix it.
No, of course not. So if you see something else, you have to do the same thing. You have to call DCRA. And folks, let me tell you, don't be afraid to call DCRA. Do not be afraid.
It's our constitutional right. It's our right. So
it's your right as a tenant. And if you want somebody else to speak for you, I'll tell you who you contact. the Office of the Tenant Advocates. What does that mean? The Office of the Tenant Advocates advocate for you.
Miss Alice,
Yes.
can we go ahead? We've got 2 other questions and we're
Okay,
almost
so
at the
let me
end of
move
our.
on to the next person. I believe it's Edward Hawkins.
Uh-huh.
Hi. Hi, Mr.
Mr. Hawkins,
Hello.
while we're waiting for Edward, I can ask you what's on the chat.
I'm back.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi, Mr. Edwards.
Hey, I enjoyed your presentation, and I hope they're bringing you back.
Well, let me just say this. Anytime you guys want me back, I'll be back. Because like I said, we have a wealth of information, not only for the programs that we have, but I can also bring on other people that they can explain their programs to you. And Mr. Edwards, how come I don't see you? You're not online?
Okay, let me see. Okay, I'll put the video on.
Hey, hi. Okay.
Hey.
Yeah,
Okay,
so that's what we can do. But I'm very happy that you all enjoyed it, because Benita, she was thinking that you all wouldn't be too happy because you were supposed to be talking about housing. But I think what I offered you is of greater value.
education.
So much
Thank
better.
you so much.
Yeah, so that's what I was telling Benita. We have so many resources and services, and I'm gonna tell you something else that's coming up. When we have our senior holiday party, have you all ever been to any of DACA's events?
No, I have not.
Is it at the state? Is it at the state in the Armory?
Alice,
Yes.
you are awesome.
Well,
At the
thank you.
convention center.
Thank you. Were you there?
Thank you for all you do for us.
Yes. Were you at our last event at the convention center?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see my exhibitors in the
I
back?
saw you there. You know,
Did
Miss
you?
Alice, my name is Julia Chris. I've known you for years.
Oh,
And I
nice.
never knew your position. And the
Oh, okay.
things, yes, and I thank you. Yes, you brought a whole lot of information and more, because I know
tried.
about DACA.
I
And we
tried.
seniors, we need to go to our wellness center.
Yes,
It's
you
now
do.
open, and they need our physical body.
Yeah,
You can
need to
bring your iPad and do your Zoom
And let me
when
tell
it's
you,
1 o'clock. You can do
let me tell you
that.
something else too. May is the Older Americans Month. I am doing events at Hattie Homes. Oh, let me ask you, how many people go to Hattie?
Alice,
Yes.
if I can get you to finish with Edward, and
Okay,
then
yeah, Edward. Any more questions?
Yes, the main question. Now with the SNAP program, you have a cutoff. And my question, well, with most programs, you have a cutoff.
Mm-hmm.
But say a person has this amount and they don't qualify, but all of a sudden their basement flood, the roof caved in. Now they have expenses, which is harder to handle on their income. Is there a program other than reaching out to have somebody help you with that? Could you reach out with SNAP and get a temporary help?
Okay, now you know what SNAP is. SNAP is for food, right?
Right.
That's
Uh-huh.
the food and the medical program. So here's the situation. If your basement floods, you may, and most times it doesn't happen, but you can contact Department of Housing and Community Development and see if they can help you, or you can contact the Department of Energy and Environment. They may be able to help you, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I cannot guarantee it because they do certain specific things, okay? And
Well,
so,
in the meantime, while you contacting these folks, you have to pay somebody to get the water out your basement. You got pay, that's an extra expense. So
right.
now because you have that expense, you can't eat for the month.
Well, okay, so
You suggest
what you can do, you can talk to the SNAP program and tell them that you had to pay out X amount of dollars for this or that, and have documentation. And will they do it? I can't guarantee that. I cannot guarantee
Okay.
that. But what you may do, are you 60?
Oh, man, I'm 67. I'm not
Okay.
the person.
Do you belong to, okay, let me tell you what you could do. You could go to our
Okay.
senior wellness center, but you
Okay.
have to be a member. You can go there and have lunch every day.
Right.
And their lunches, it's hot lunches. So that's a big help.
Okay.
So that's food that you can get. And the thing about with our senior wellness centers, it doesn't matter what your income is. Once you are a member of a senior wellness center, you can go there and eat.
On this computer, listen to
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
So I hope that
Alice,
helps
I'm
you
gonna
get
have to
that.
stop right there because it is 2:14.
Oh, wow.
I do want to say this though, any information that
Wait,
you
hold on,
have,
calm
if
down,
you
wait a
would
minute.
send it to me, we will have it so that the seniors can get it.
Okay.
So Wild Tech,
learn how you
will make sure that all the seniors can get that information, okay?
Okay.
And seniors, thank you so much. We will ask Alice to come back.
Thank you.
I am
Thank
just
you, thank you.
Thank
so
you.
grateful for
Great
Thank you, Miss
job.
Alice.
Thank you.
And Joe,
Thank
is there anything
you.
else that you need to
Great
say?
presentation.
Thank you. You guys made my
Great
day
session.
today.
Thank
And let me
you all
just
for
tell you, I'm with
participating.
the DC Democratic Women, and they are kind of like celebrating me for all the work that I've done with DACA. They say, well, it's your job, but I go above and beyond what my job
Yes, you do,
is.
Miss Alice. Thank you very much.
Thank you, folks.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye now.
All
Bye.
right,
Bye.
thank you.
Bye,
Everyone
Vanessa.
have a
Bye.
All right, thanks, Alice.
Bye. I'll send the information to you. You all have an awesome day.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
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 Yeah, I got two doctor appointments. But both
Oh.
of them, one is for the hearing aid, one is for the, she got to test my ear in order to reset